Hello everybody. I know I haven't made a video like this in a while. I know it's random games, but I kind of just post on games that I tend to come around. My friends have been asking me to, well, I'll say friends. People have asked me to do this because I found this out about a year and a half ago to 2 years ago, and no one's really posted anything on it anywhere that I have found. It may have already been posted places, but I mean I've known this for about a year and a half. I found this particular glitch out with a couple friends and some random person named Minkasir, which by the way, great name. But I wanted to go ahead and make this video because I figured, it's been a year and a half, and I kind of now post videos about glitches every now and then, different games that I just casually play at the same time. My friends recently started playing this game again, so I decided now would be a good time to get back into this. I tested it the other day to make sure it still works, and it does. So here's what we do. So I found a glitch that allows you to get outside of this space shuttle, whatever you want to call it, space center, main hub, HQ, whatever you want to call it. There used to be an old method that is fairly well known. That would be you'd buy what was it called? I think it was this one, Underhill, the one that makes you smaller. There was two methods. There was one that would make you smaller. There was one that would make you taller. And I think this is the one that made you smaller. And there was another one that made you taller. I don't know which one it was. That's off my head. As you can see, I don't play this game very often anymore. This one's pretty good too. I think it does it pretty well as well. Um, but I'll get back to the beers in a minute. But essentially, the old method, what you used to do, is that you would go up here, top over here in the corner, and you would get up here, and you would turn, you would flip the this shit, and you would immediately sprint over here, usually across that, and then once it goes out of the way, right, you initially get over here, and while it's still on, you drink your beer while you're up here. And you drink it, you run across right here, and you get out of bounds. All right, that's how it used to be done. I'm sure it still works, but my problem with it was that it costs money. You have to spend however so long, or how much money you can to try attempt it, and the only way you can attempt it more than once if you fail. But like you said, power or the gravity went away. So if you're not able to get it within that first try, and you're not playing with a group of people, you're only getting one try until you have to rebuy the beers again. So I kind of sought out to find a more economic method because I was struggling with that, and if I keep spending all my, you know, whatever the fuck these things are called. So I found a better method, and then I also implemented a little bit better as well on top of that. But unfortunately, I don't have these. I don't know what they're called off the top of my head. I don't know if you can buy them from the shop. I don't think you can. At least you used to not be able to. You might be able to now. That's not the right place. Where's it at? This thing. No, you can't buy them. So, deal the deal. Ooh. Yeah, do it later. Um, so, you have to go out and find those in the missions, and I've just never really wanted to waste my time doing that before this video. I might do it again here in the next like hour or two and just release a second video just showing like the full method. But essentially, the easier method I found is the first step is there is a glitch that somebody else found as I was researching about seeing if there's any other easier method that you can break the gravity, and you have to use that. Oh, I guess you don't have to use that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to do a two-part here thing because that's not a very popular video. The guy that I watched said that he found it with his brother and that he basically counted to 11 or 12, and then that was it. It was broken, and then press it again basically. I'm very inconsistent with that. I don't know if they patched that or if I'm just bad at counting. Like I could be bad at counting. So what I just do, I just spam it. I just spam the button, keep looking up and down. So like press it as soon as it clicks, because sometimes you'll get it as you go back up. And yeah, you keep spamming it, and you basically gonna keep spamming it until you get the dialogue. Either the music stops or you get the gravity recalibration ended or whatever. And I now cannot see because my cat's fat butt's in the way. Okay, no. Move, Winston. My cat's name is Winston. I'm gonna push your ass down. I cannot do this while your fat butt's in the way. Oh my god, you're fat. Watch out. Alright. Anyways. So, again, you just spam it. There is an audio cue, but I have my audio turned down so I can talk a little bit better. Because I know with the sound is sometimes not going to pick up everything. So I'm just going to... So we'll keep spamming it. And I promise it takes, you know... sometimes it takes about, 20 seconds. Sometimes it takes about way more than that. It kind of just, you kind of just find the sweet spot at one of these times. And then it's always different dialogues and shit. So we're going to keep doing it until I get... I tried it out earlier this week. So I know it works. They didn't make a patch since then. It's just a matter of getting it right. Come on, come on, come on. And you may be able to hear in that background that burn, burn, burn. That's kind of your cue if you got it right. That will continue to go off if you get it right. It will just keep going. And that's not right. Well. That's not right. You also hear that little boom. That's where you know it's not working either. It will get to a point where it'll stop making that noise. That's not going to. Yeah. It's a trial and error thing. I mean, I promise you it worked. I might cut this out a little bit just because of how long it's taking. But as you can see, I mean, there are definitely spots in the ceiling that you're clipping through a little bit. I might just cut this out. I see how there I'm clipping through a little bit. And most of the HUD here is pretty good about not fucking around and whatnot. I'm trying to get back to look at it as fast as I can. Just that's kind of what I do. And usually you'll get like a... Yeah, that's wrong. Come on. You'll get a audio cue that says, Winston, please. You'll get an audio cue that right there. Did I get it? No. Oh, maybe. Testing, testing, testing. Alright, so yeah, see, there it goes. Okay, finally got it. So yeah, I wasn't sure I got it there because that little, I guess that the calibration noise, right? But I got it. Alright, so once you get it, you'll all the little will either cut out or it will just go indefinitely, one of the two, and you'll be able to, you can just test it by just jumping in the air, obviously. And also you'll know you have it when you don't get, like, forcibly after like a certain amount of time, just go shot back to the ground. All right, so the first step is this. Now from here, this will be on until indefinite, until you turn it off. Which is why for a minute there I was kind of like scared to press it again. I didn't want to turn it back off after it was already on. But this method is basically the same thing. You can go over here and do like how you used to do it over here. I mean, it can be done over here without the smalling shrinking glass thing or even growing glass. I don't like doing that because, again, up there it's kind of hard, and number two, I don't like behind the beer. But it's kind of difficult up there still. So what I do, there's kind of three different methods. The one that I first figured it out is I jump on this. See how his back corner is kind of like questionable. Right here is where we're trying to look to get out. You see how there's like a little gap right here? That gap is not glass. You can definitely fit it. So you want to kind of back yourself into this back corner right here. And I'm pressing W and A and kind of like A and D back and forth occasionally. And I'm going to look straight down. Alright? Look straight down. I'm going to start jumping. I'm going to start spam jumping. And you see right there, well, that was way easier than I meant it to be. I've practiced this way too much. But that's generally all it is. If you're struggling to get out of it still, I mean, it's usually harder than that. I promise you, like, your first time doing it, it's a little difficult. It took my friend about an hour and a half to figure it out. It took me about 20 minutes to figure it out once I finally got the hang of it. It really is just kind of you kind of know how it feels, so you know what's going on or not. And if you die, don't worry, you do respawn with it still. I'm playing Driller right now, but I have noticed it does not make a difference. I mean, Drillers, I kind of play Drillers because it's what I do normally, but they're also the biggest guys, if I'm not mistaken, or pretty close to it. So here we can play it with this guy and just kind of test out a different guy. It should be the same. I've never noticed a difference. I tested them all out earlier. There should not be a difference in all of the like model sizes and whatnot. And you don't even have to go all the way down if you want to. You can just go straight up right here. And then, see, now it's giving me trouble. Yeah, let's try to go reset all the way back to the bottom. So, you sink in a little bit. Alright, once you're in, hold up W or whatever you're up on the pad is. Spam the button. And just kind of spam the spacebar, jump button, whatever you have. And then once you get about halfway up, you're going to start doing like a little... come on now. Come on now. And now it wants to give me trouble. This whole thing's been trouble today. There it goes. And now I'm out. You just go and spam your jump, and eventually, you know, there's two different ways that happens. Either A, you do kind of like I did there, where you kind of just clip out the side by accident because you're just pushing too hard. Or option B, you end up getting stuck in the top. If you get stuck at the top right there, you can wiggle your mouse facing outwards, and you might be helps get your head out of this little gap here. That's usually what happens. Your head's getting caught in the gap. So if you wiggle your mouse over top of the glass and back at the wall and whatnot, while still spamming jump, you can sometimes force yourself out. Yeah, and you can go just about everywhere. One thing I like to do a lot when I get out of here is that I might make another video just to showcase it for people who are having trouble doing this glitch. As you can see, you can jump a good bit. Actually, I can probably showcase it in this video as well, because I just remember there's something we can use, but I'll get that in a second. So I like to go past the sun. I like to go up in the sky. They actually model a good portion of the space station in, even though you only see a small portion of it. You can hold things in your hands when you do that, which allows you to do two cool things. Even have friends, you can play soccer out in space, but warning with that, the soccer ball does not respawn. Like if you say if you kick it off in distance while gravity's off, the soccer ball is not going to respawn, so you'll be fucked without a soccer ball. You can get one of the beers. Like actually when I was first testing this, I tested out which beers would be the most cool. I was trying to get past the asteroid because they didn't have what I'm going to show you later. So I was testing out different beers at the time, and I was using, you know, the glacial one, which is the warp hole, whatever the hell it's called. I was testing out a couple different ones. I'll just talk about my show them here. I tested out. I had more than these. For some reason, it reset. That wormhole was a really, really good one. That was nice. It basically teleported you a little bit of ways. Seasoned Moonrider, excuse me, I think is a really good one as well, if I remember correctly. I think this is another one that was really good as well. I don't remember. I think so. Made you kind of like float for a little bit. I think I don't remember what all these do. It's been a while since I played this game. But yeah, so there's a handful of these that are really cool. My favorite one out of the beers is the Flintlock's Delight, and that's because basically it makes you like shoot out like explosions out your ass basically for who knows how long. So you just, and if you're facing a certain way, the explosions will sometimes go out the front end, so you kind of go backwards. So you can kind of like with no gravity, you can kind of just go off. You can just go like forever. I'm gonna show you one other thing that I can do here. Well, actually, let me show you the other glitch first. Let me show you the other one first. The other method you can get out, that first one is giving you trouble. There is a spot underneath this as well, and I've only really tested this corner because it just seems like the easiest method to get out. There's another spot right here underneath that. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but that little spot right there. So you can kind of just do the same thing, run up in here. And to do this one, I kind of crouch a little bit, and I'm actually in the wrong spot. This might work anyways. But basically, anywhere you can wedge yourself is a spot you can get out. Typically, there are bigger spots than others, but I jumped in a bad spot. It's right underneath that walkway, like you can kind of see right above me. I'm just getting bad jumps, and that was a really good jump, but too far ahead. No, underneath, underneath. There we go. So you can kind of, come on now. This one's a little bit tougher in my eyes. I have a lot more trouble with this one. But if you like spam jump and crouch as you do it, it's a whole thing. You can force yourself into this little spot. I think this one might be a little bit easier if you had the underhill or whatever the hell it's called to get out of this spot right here. And I think I'm in the wrong spot again, but I promise you there is a spot here. I just have a little bit of trouble with it. Because, I mean, I only accidentally found this one while spamming jump later on, or earlier on, when I was testing this stuff. And it does work. It still works. I had it happen the other day when I was testing this out again, just before I made this video. But, I'm not very good at it, I'll be honest. And sometimes when you're jumping, you can put up enough speed, and it just shoots you out. Let me show you, let me show you what else you can do. I don't know if this is like a new thing, or if this has been a thing for a while. Again, I haven't played this game in a hot minute. But there is these things you can get. Oh, man. Missed my jump. There is a new thing you can get, relatively new, at least new to me, where you can, if you get up here on top of all that, which I'm having a terrible time jumping with this fucking gravity. Let's try it one more time. Alright, lift off. Up, 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 up. Alright, so you get up here, alright, and you actually over there where I'm looking to get to. Alright, let me land my jump. Alright. So you get all the way up here, and if you don't have the jump on, you want to get before you get jump on. You go up the teleporter there, walk across, walk over here, and then it's another little spot right there. You go up another little teleporter over there somewhere, I think, that leads to that right there, and you walk across it here. I think. I don't actually typically come up here. You can get boots, and what the boots do is they give you a little jumpy jump. I don't know if you can't really see it, but there's a jumpy jump here. You see there? There you go. And essentially, they're almost do like an infinity boost, at least with gravity on. Without gravity on, it's not infinity boost. But with gravity on, it's an infinity boost. Because, you know, by the time you land on the ground, you can do it again. They do tire out. Like, here, I'll just waste it. Alright, there it goes. It dies. That's how long it lasts, right? And, I mean, typically when you're out there, you're not going to have something else to push off of. So I'll show you what you can do with it. Hold on. Now, I will say, with these on, the glitch here is a lot harder to do. Except I just make it look really easy, I guess. Yeah, it's a lot harder to do because it's a lot harder to spam your jump because you're too busy dealing with that crap. But apparently I'm just too much of a pro at this. Alright, so I'm going to show you what you can do. I'm going to show you behind that. I'll kill myself. Can I respawn as well? Is that an option? Or do I want to do this before I respawn? If you go too far out, sometimes it will, you'll get stuck. Your game will crash. And that's not good. So I'm trying to see if I can just murder myself real quick. I guess I could disband team. I was actually if that happens, I'll just actually just stop. You can go out 10,000 blocks before it kicks you out. Oh, I should have done farther out. Not like it matters. But yeah, you can just, and if you have friends on, you can press control or whatever, and it shows you how far away your friends are. The farthest I've ever seen from somebody sitting inside the spaceship, but you can see, look at this, they have all this, made. The farthest I ever made it from my friends was about 18,000 blocks, or 18,000 meters. At that point, my game crashed, and it crashed entirely. But yeah, they seriously have all this, like, done. And unfortunately, with this thing on, I didn't really get a good enough jump, so I'm not really getting a lot of velocity in the, I guess, x-axis. These boots only really typically go straight up, so you're not going to see all the way behind the asteroid. But again, maybe I'll make another video just kind of show them behind the asteroid later. It's kind of neat. I mean, it's basically kind of like this stuff with a really bright light back there. But, you know. But yeah, they did put all these textures in and everything. Now, all of this up here is stuff you can just kind of walk through. There's not really a whole lot of solid ground up here. But you can obviously go, as you can see, all the way up here. Pretty cool. And I will say, I'm pretty impressed with how much they actually put up here. You know, there's a giant-ass asteroid. You know, they did put all this out here. I was kind of hoping they have a little bit more. But, I mean, I'm not disappointed with what there is here. I'm just, you know, it's something else, you know. You don't see a lot of games that go out of their way this much for whatever, you know. Once you get far enough away from the shuttle itself, or the station, if you will, you probably heard earlier, my character was going, "Mommy, Mommy. I think I'm only happy until you start falling, so since I'm still rising in the air, which you can't see because there's not anybody else in the game. But I can't really track how high up or how fast I'm moving still. Oh, well, there it goes. Okay, so now I'm falling. When you start falling, that's when that starts doing it. That's when you know you're falling down. And you can fall all the way back. I mean, it's going to be a while, but yeah, the easiest way to get past the asteroid in my eyes is using that that gunslinger or whatever the hell it's called, the one that shoots you backwards and everything. Yeah, there's the mommy line. You can also spam the X button. It's funny. Yeah. I'm going to show you one more glitch. When I die, I'm going to turn off gravity. I'm going to show you one more glitch. I might need to exit the desktop just to show it. Actually, let me see this. Just to make it fast for everybody. And hopefully that will allow me to not have gravity spammed on. Okay, good. So this next glitch, you don't need gravity on. You can have it, but you can do this with the drop ship no matter what. Aw, it's going to suck. I'm gonna have 5 seconds. Well, I can do it next. I'll start a mission real quick. Whatever. Just choose one. Solo. Whatever. Alright. So, I'm going to explain it before I go into it. So, I believe it works on all of them, but it works on the outer ones the most. So, what you're going to do is you're going to run into one of the seats and just stand in the corner of it. And, like, you hold down W on it. And then as you're holding down W, you're going to spam... Okay. You're going to spam the space bar or whatever jump button you have. You're going to spam that, and you're going to fly up the top. Now, I might not have time. It sometimes takes more than 5 seconds. I might not have time to do it as I jump in here because I'm in a solo mission. So if I don't have enough time, I will do it when I get in the mission, and I will do it in the mission. Also, if you didn't know, stop the dice. All right. See, I'm not gonna have time. Okay, I'll do it whenever the mission starts. It's fine. Because it's not gonna go away until after you get outside the mission. But yeah, I know it's kind of a long video. I didn't intend for it to be this long, but it is what it is. If there's any sort of, that's like a sign off. If there's any sort of glitches or if there's any glitch hunting y'all want me to do, I've started to get really good at this. I feel, at least. I don't know how truthful that is, but if there's anything that y'all would want me to look into, or if there's anything in particular that games that y'all want me to play to like kind of find some things, I'm more than happy with doing that. I feel like I'm starting to. What did we kill a loop? No, we killed a red sugar. Anyways, if y'all ever want me to look into anything for y'all, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. I got a decent amount of free time most days. So, my headphones just died. Hopefully y'all didn't. Y'all can still hear me. Let me tap out. Make sure my volume is still good. Yeah, it's still good. All right. So, anyways, here you go. So you can see how it's kind of already like trying to. Sometimes take a little bit longer than most, and I don't think it's class specific. It's just that I'm not very good at doing this one. Sometimes sprinting will help as well. Just sprint jump. And I'm holding down W and A and spacebar. You can probably hear me spamming the spacebar button. Maybe this patch this one. This one was working the other day. Let me try the other side. I know it's easier on the outer edges. The insides are not very easy to do it on. Oh, well, hold on now. Hold on now. Maybe not. And I typically found that it's easier to just look straight down while you're doing it. Oh, I'm holding the wrong side, that's why. Duh. Well, I'll tell you what. It does work, or at least I used to. Y'all, test it out yourselves and let me know in the comments, I guess. I mean, whatever. I'll try to read them. I mean, I don't have anybody commenting on these things. So, y'all welcome to comment if you guys get it to work. If not, tell me so I know it doesn't work anymore. But I know it used to work. But yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, well, I will catch most of y'all. Or really, none of y'all, because no one watches this. But if you do watch it, I'll catch you later. Alright, I'll see y'all.